Well, hello, Internet, and welcome to another live stream. And this should be an exciting one here tonight. I just have to get some things working, like always. And we're doing the Treehouse because you guys told me you wanted to do the Treehouse. And I also got a whole bunch of questions. So you guys want to find out what it's like to be a stockbroker, how I became one. And somebody asked me an interesting question. They said, what is the worst thing you have ever done? And I will tell you tonight, and it won't be a cop-out, I promise. It is a pretty bad thing. And on top of that, I guess that in some small way I have had a negative impact on your life, and you don't even know it. And I'm going to get into that. Okay, so here's the Treehouse. I have to start my controller. So I'm expecting to lose a whole bunch of subscribers tonight whenever I talk about the horrible thing I did. Okay, so what's up? We got ourselves a star panel. That's not right. Okay. So being a stockbroker, taking a Series 7 test. It's a book about... It's pretty thick. But it's all it is memorizing regulations and terms. It's not that hard. I should think about what I just did. Okay. Now where'd it go? Alright, so am I supposed to be joining these stars? I don't know. We'll find out. So you take the Series 7. I had about 2 weeks to study part-time. First off, to take the Series 7, let's see if this is that easy. Let's just do this. The easiest way, first off, I would tell you, being a stockbroker is one of the worst things you can ever do. You don't want to do it. I mean, I'm serious. I would rather shovel sewage than do that for a living. It is the worst job. Because what you think you're going to do is learn about investing and things like that. Is this all I'm doing is just sectioning these off? Okay. Oh, is this like a bridge or something? Being a stockbroker has nothing to do with investing. What you do... Oh, well, okay. Well, now it got a little bit harder to... No, it didn't. Not really. Well, I need to see it here, you goofy game. What you think you're going to do is learn about investing, and it's going to be about high rolling and money flying around and all this awesome stuff. That's not what you do. You're in essence... Oh, what do I do with this? Because now I got 4 of them. Well, whoops, I don't want that one. I want this one. What you do is you call people on a telephone. In essence, you're a glorified telemarketer. Am I supposed to split these? Let's see. They teach you nothing about investing and actually dissuade you from even learning about investing. On top of that, at least when I was in there, see, when I became a stockbroker, it was all about, just prior to me becoming a stockbroker, it was the tech boom was going on. So this was like late 1990s. And when I became a broker, all of that broke. You could no longer, you know, just throw money into the stock market and make money. It was a little bit harder than, you know, it was prior. Okay. So what you did was the brokerage houses were used to people wanting their information. And so people were begged for meetings and things like that. Well, when I became a broker, the market was falling apart and nobody wanted to talk to me. So, you know, that didn't work. Let's see. This is a little bit harder. I have to focus here a little bit. So something like, maybe like this. So, I received almost no training in how to actually sell to people that didn't want to beg me for my advice. And, but I focused, basically what happened was, I was a computer guy, and everybody there knew I was a computer guy. I guess I should look at what you're doing here. I'm glad you like my bootstrap video. Oh, somebody unsubbed from me already. um, an older gentleman who knew how to invest because he had been a broker for forever. He basically said, I will teach you everything that's in my brain if you will turn it into, well, that's not going to work. If you will turn it into a computer program. So he taught me a lot about investing. And on top of that, I did a lot of research on my own on who actually could invest money. And I found a company, or a hedge fund called NWQ, which was Northwest Quadrant, which tells you a lot about how they invested money. And basically what they did is they use something called covariance analysis. And what you do is to simplify it, you try to figure out what investments you need to minimize risk and maximize return. Okay, that's all it is, and it doesn't work anymore. So the market is a complete disaster at this point. So it doesn't work as well as it did back then. So I'm not trying to provide you with investment advice. I'm just talking. I'm just telling a story. So now we're going to try to divide these into twos again. Let's see. So basically you sit at a desk all day and you beg people for meetings. And that is what a broker does. Oh, that's not going to work. Sorry, I have to think here. I have to stop my story for a moment. And yes, I will get into the worst thing I ever did. Talking too much and not thinking about what I'm doing. Oh, do like a thing. Is this gonna work? Maybe like this. There we go. I think. All right. So if you haven't caught on yet, what I'm doing is dividing these stars up into twos. So, you know, that's what's going on. So I was a pretty good broker. I used the computer software that me and the gentleman created. And I had about, my average client had about a 32 to 34% return on their money, which was, at that point in time, really good. So that's what I did. But even though I was doing really well, I couldn't tell people how good I was doing, because the whole stock market nonsense is that past performance is not indicative of future results, which is like the most ridiculously stupid thing I've ever heard in my life, because the only thing you can judge a person on is past performance. But either way, that's the way things were, so I just dealt with it. And am I going to have to... Well, these are still going to be joined, aren't they? Sorta, kinda. Is that right? Something like that? Alright, so I guess that worked. So, I was a horrible salesperson because I received no sales training. So what I started to do was and this is getting into the worst thing I ever did in my life, and I think you're going to start to figure out what it is as I start talking. And no, it wasn't anything illegal. Well, I'll tell you an interesting story also about being a stockbroker. The best guy that I knew in regards to making money was doing it, yeah, in an illegal way. Not kind of illegal. It was definitely illegal. See, what we had were, how do I do this? Sorry, I have to stop talking for a minute and maybe I can join these in some way. Anything else I want to... Yeah, this is the programming guy. But I've done a whole bunch of things in my life. I went into the financial industry because I was fascinated about how to use computers for investing. And at that point in time, it wasn't as common as it is now. Like now, computers basically do all the investing. Whenever I was a broker, that wasn't true. Something like this. I've been writing programs since I was 10 years old, so I've been doing that for forever. Yes, that looks about right. So anyway, so now what am I gonna do? What's going on here? I have to pause every once in a while just to see what's going on. Okay. Ew. So, what I started doing was I heard that the best sales training you could possibly get was actually from a telemarketing company. They provided top-notch training, but they provided no money. Like no salary, no whatever. It was a pure sales job, and even if you got good at it, you still really weren't making any money. But I didn't care. I wanted sales training. So, well, that was wrong. Why was that wrong? It looked right. I think this might be a situation where I just can't see what I'm looking at. Didn't that look like I did that right? Let me see. This might be one of those things where I mess up. No, I don't. This is right. Okay, so I'm guessing I need to get this and this. Oh, I'm breaking them up. Boy, this might be a hard one. Sorry, I have to think and stop talking. Okay, so that's not going to work. So I figured out how to get to the end with all the dots, but not... Yeah, maybe like this. No, that doesn't work either. There is a dot down there, isn't there? Maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm seeing it. I'm colorblind. No, there is a dot down there. Well, I'm just going to have to think this one out, because I don't know how to solve it. This. That doesn't work either. Talking too much and now I'm being stupid and can't figure out how to solve this problem. There's no additional way out of it. Is there anything that shows itself if I work backwards? Here, that doesn't work. Yes, I think that does work. Like this. Oh, now I have to remember how I did it. Yeah, there we are. I solved that by doing this backwards in my head. That was a little bit hard. So anyway, I'm looking at your comments. Do you know anything about machine learning? Yes, I've looked into it. The reason I haven't done a tutorial on that topic is the math behind it is extremely complicated. So I'm trying to figure out how to simplify the math. That is the issue, because I want to do a legitimate, real video on that topic, and it just can't be done easily. And no one else, as far as I know, has figured out some easy way of teaching that topic. So sorry, but that's just the way it is. That's not right. And anyway, so I started working at a telemarketing company. So, you know, as a stockbroker / telemarketer, just because I wanted the training. I'm a guy like that. When I want to do something, I want to do it well. And so that's what I did. And I did get really good at it. I got there was a little old lady who was better than me. I was probably the second best. And this was a huge company. I don't want to say the name of it, but it was an extremely large company. And so I got pretty good at that. And then around that time, I decided that me and my wife were going to get married. And so I told my boss at the brokerage company that I was going to get married and that I had scheduled, honeymoon like forever in advance. And basically, I knew I was going to get fired. I mean, it didn't matter. Like I said, it didn't matter how good I was at investing. It was all about how much money I was bringing in. And I actually was doing pretty well. I had an $11 million account that literally just needed paperwork filed at corporate. And they just refused to do it. And after a while, I realized being a stockbroker is more about being in a boys' club. It doesn't really matter. They just want to know that you're part of the team. And if you are, you'll stay around. And if you're not part of the team, you're not willing to go out boozing every night and things like that, you won't be part of the team. And, well, that gets me back to the guy that did illegal stuff, which I'll tell you as soon as I figure out how to solve this puzzle. Oh, I have to go get this one too. Can I go there now? Yes. No, I missed that one black dot. I'll tell you what he did here in a minute. About that, and like that, and like this. Is that good? Awesome. Okay, so basically what that guy did was he would he'd get lists of stocks that were expected to move big time, 20-30%. And they were mainly drug companies that, like if the drug gets approved, the stock goes up 20%. But if the stock doesn't get or the drug doesn't get approved, now there's a new one. What do I do with this one? Divide them. I have to keep these guys together. Well, that's not gonna work. Sorry, I have to pause every once in a while just to. Now, can I do this? Hey, okay. So he'd get himself a list of stocks that were expected to go up or down a lot. And he'd call. You can think to yourself, with that, if you had absolutely no ethics and you were calling people on a telephone, how could you use that information to make yourself really rich? And I'll pause for a second. You can think about what your answer would be. Again, no ethics. You have a list of stocks that are going to go up or down 20% guaranteed in probably a week, and take that list and get rich off of it. Think about that while I try to figure out how to solve this. Is that gonna work? No, I don't think it will. Okay. I guess just as long as the whites and the blacks are divided, it doesn't matter. So what he would do is the first 20 people he talked to, he would call them up and he would say, I have this stock idea. I know this company, and I want to prove myself to you. I want to show that I'm worth talking to. So I'm going to tell you about a company. Let me look at this last one a little bit there. I think I'm going to solve it doing the same exact thing, right? I want to prove myself, so I'm going to show you a stock, and it's going to go up 20% over the next 2 weeks. And I want you to watch your newspaper and see if I'm right. And then he would call the next 20 people and pick a next stock. And then he'd call the next 20 people and call the next and use the next stock. And he did this. And there was no way for me to stop him. I actually turned him into compliance, and they didn't do anything. And it might have been part of the reason why I knew I was going to get canned. But either way. So, yeah, and he made a lot of money. And as far as I know, he's still in the business. And I cannot remember his name if anyone asks me. So, there you go. Yeah, where's my pencil at? I have to write this out a little bit here. My brain's getting a little bit numb. That's not unethical? That is extremely unethical. Because you're basically telling people that you know a stock's going to go up 20% or more in a week and a half. And the only way you could know that is if you have insider trading or you're scamming people. So, let me tell you, that's very illegal. Don't use that, because you might not be as lucky as the other guy. I don't know why this one's harder than the rest of them here. Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed that the stars changed. I wonder what that means. These used to be yellow, and now they're white. So I have to just assume the black needs... Okay, so what do white stars mean? Do they maybe mean... No, they don't mean what I thought they meant. I thought maybe they meant... I was just guessing. Calm down with your red blinking. Oh, jeez. I have to focus on this a minute before I start talking again. Any questions? No, it isn't insider trading. He was just conning people. He knew a bunch of... Anybody could find out. If you called a stockbroker and you said something like, can you send me a list of drug company... You can go on the internet. You don't need a stockbroker for this. Actually, that would be the worst thing to do. Go on the internet and do searches for drug companies that are expected to introduce new drugs over the next year. You create your own list. And let me tell you, if the drug gets approved, the stock goes up. If it doesn't get approved, the stock goes down. So, at least that's the way it used to work. So what do I do with these white things? Do I just... Am I just doing the 2 again? Maybe. I just noticed. Maybe you don't see this. I don't know. I'm just going to ignore it. There is a... Just, trust me. What he was doing was very illegal. He was conning people into thinking he knew these stocks were going to go up whenever he didn't. And he gave each customer he talked to different stocks, knowing that eventually he would be right. But he was right based off of luck, not based off of any real skill or any knowledge. So, okay. Stella's getting her groove back. Okay, so... So what do we... So I guess the yellows and the whites are exactly the same. You just want to put them together in 2s. Well, now I got squares. Like, oh, okay. I guess we've been doing it. Okay. Just looking at that for a second. Trying to get my brain straight. somebody asked how I think my tutorials should be watched repetitively. You should watch them at least 5, 6, 10 times. No, I provide a transcript and all the code in the description for a reason. It is to get printed out or on your screen as you're watching the video. I also expect people to use the pause button. I know that most people don't use a pause button, but that's it. And pause your way through the video, and as you do that, write notes in your own words. You know, like something might make more sense to you in your own way, and then write down any questions you have and ask me. And that's it. And then after you do it, go and write code and try to do something original with it. Oh, can I just do this? How am I talking and I'm just... Hey, I did another one. Oh, this one's going to get a little bit more complicated. Okay, so how do I want to divide these up? So I'm assuming still, based off of our previous work here, that I want to keep everything in pairs of 2s with the stars, and then I want to divide up the squares that are unlike colors. So something like this, maybe? Well, those... Yeah, that's fine. I think. Is that right? Well, let's just do it. Just to... I don't even know. Yeah, I guess. I mean... The oranges and the greens are divided. Everything is... Yeah, okay, I guess it works. Okay. Let's try doing that again. This is a similar type of design here. Maybe... Is that gonna work? No. Okay. So those weren't truly divided up. Let me go back and look at this again. So I want to somehow figure out how to get those apart from each other. There's that. Oops. No, I solved that one already. As soon as I solve this, I will tell you how the stock market days ended. Yeah, I'm getting myself in an issue because I'm forgetting that it's okay to divide up the oranges or whatever. It has to be done that way, actually. Basically the rules change constantly. Somebody said they don't understand the rules for this puzzle. You have to sort of figure them out. Every part of the puzzle, as it starts off as a sort of a tutorial, and that's where I learned that to solve the puzzle I needed to divide the suns. Well, I had to create 2 pairs of suns, and that would allow me to pass that part of the puzzle. Well, here, previously I learned that like you want to divide squares of different colors to solve the puzzle. And then you just work your way through. And of course, like this is a path you can't make. Well, I'll just show you. See? That's a dead end. And you just have to solve them. The puzzles keep getting progressively harder and harder and harder. And then at the end, a laser beam shines, and then you do whatever you do. You get all excited about the laser beams. Okay. And I'm just trying to figure out how to keep the stars divided. 5, 2, That doesn't do that either. Maybe. Maybe try in this situation to take one of these stars and then have it break it apart that way so that this will be the same. Yeah, so there's two there, there's two there, there's two above. See how they get progressively harder? I mean, they get crazy. Okay, does that work? Okay. So anyway, I had my honeymoon scheduled and my marriage and all that scheduled. And my boss comes up to me. I kid you not. The Friday before I'm supposed to get married. I'm getting married on Saturday. Comes up to me on a Friday. This is at the brokerage job. And says, yeah, if you want to continue working here, you're basically going to have to just cancel. Well, he's going to let me get married. But, yeah, I couldn't, I get married, but I couldn't go on a honeymoon, which I'd already paid for. And I said, yeah, too bad. I'm going on it. And I was fired. I was fired from my brokerage job that I was working 7 days a week at. 7 days. 7. Monday through Sunday. Sunday through Saturday. Whatever you want to do it. I was working ridiculous hours. And I got fired the day before my rehearsal dinner and the Friday before I got married. So yeah, that was the first time that I was like, yeah, I don't think corporate America is for me. And I said that was actually the second time in my life where I was like, yeah, corporate America is not for me. What's wrong with that? I kept them. I'm gonna stop doing your weird blink. What's wrong with this? Did we change the rules here? Do black stars need to be divided? What did I do wrong? Am I crazy? Shouldn't that work? I have the stars together. I divided all the... Isn't that exactly what I just did? Let's go back and do that again. Let me do it again. I just did it in backwards, like this. Oh, okay, so we learned a new rule. If the stars are the same color... Whoops. Well, now I'm getting crazy. If the stars are the black color... Are the same color. Or maybe it is black. I have to divide the black stars from the black squares. Wow, okay. That's not really that big of an issue. I could solve that in multiple different ways, couldn't I? Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm dividing the... Was it just this way? I was doing it funky like that just to do it funky. Oh, wait a minute. There is no other star. Oh, so if there's one star, then it has to be with the black? Whoops. Let's see if that works. I swear I just did both ways, right? Let's try it. Oh, I know I did this way. Okay, so now... Well, it doesn't matter. I don't have to do it that way. I can do it straight, right? I could do it this way. Let's try it this way. It doesn't like that either. Why is it blinking? And I tried. Let's see, did I miss something here? Sorry, I have to stop talking again because I have to figure this out. Huh. I don't know. Okay, so here we decided that there were 2 black stars and they needed to be divided from the black squares. Here we figured out that, well, let me do this one again. See if this teaches me anything new. Okay, so that's final. Oh, wait a minute. It's exactly the same as the one up there. That doesn't mean anything, does it? I know I can't do it that way. One star, one black. Well, that's all I got. See? 1 star. Maybe somebody left that comment. I think the chat is right. Try 1 black square with star. Really? Okay, I'll try that. So you're saying like this? Nope, didn't work. How about I try 1 black? Well, maybe I could do something like this. I'm trying to think how I divide them up. Like this. Is that right? No. Boy, this game just got hard again. That's just what the game does to you. Let me go back and look at this again. Just to make sure I'm not missing something stupid. Really don't get it. This one's hard. Is it maybe saying that I have to pick a specific one? Okay, so I tried joining this one and that's that one, and it didn't work. Is it? Let's try with it. Whoops, it's not that one. Let's try something like... Okay, now I got... Nah, that's not right either. This one has me confused. Normally, you can see the answer here, but not this time. White, black and white, black and white. See if you guys have any idea. Right up, right up. What if there needs to be even number of black on each divide? Whoops. Even number on black divide. That's what somebody said, and I will try it. No, there's no way for me. Yeah, I can divide it. If this works, that'll be very weird. Is it gonna work? Nah, I just tried what somebody asked me to do, and it didn't work either. Oh, maybe I need to use your idea and at the same time do a also divide the black from the white, which would be like this. So there I have one black with two, and then two and the four, and the blacks and whites are divided. Still not right. Yeah, internet, this is crazy. Try the same but with the white. I don't know that I can. Wait a minute. Did I try this? Whoops. Okay. I swear I did that already. Okay, so I guess when there's a star... Didn't I do that? Maybe I'm insane. It was a thought that I had about 2 minutes ago that I would take the star, match it up with one of the squares, and then divide the blacks from the whites. But now it doesn't seem... I don't know. Maybe I didn't try it. Okay. Whatever. So with this one, do we match up the whites and the white star and the white? Okay. And here, like this, and like divide that up, match those up, and then this goes there. No. Why are those blinking? Wish I wouldn't have taken my thing away whenever I did that. Okay, so there's a white. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to divide all of those. Didn't I do that? Maybe I'm not. No, it doesn't work. This? Just guessing at that point. Let's go back. See, what it does is it gives you like tutorials and it slowly works its way up. That one there confuses me though. The one in the center of the screen. Or no, this one. Yeah, this one confused me. That's more logical. Okay. Okay. That's what I tried the first time, isn't it? So anyway, I said I was going to get into the worst thing I ever did. So after I was working, I'll talk and read this or look at those at the same time. So after I was a stockbroker, I actually ended up working for a web design / marketing company. Worst thing I ever did. That's what I'm going to talk about next. So basically, I was a web developer. This was still when the internet was kind of in its infancy. I mean, it was, a long time, in the 90s. And as I was working there, I had an opportunity to go out. There was something called neurolinguistic programming, which is heavily based on hypnosis, but it's I'm not going to get into the details, but basically it was how to use hypnosis techniques in the real world, and it for more than just therapy. And this company that I worked for was interested in marketing company was interested in how you could use NLP, hypnosis, also sort of referred to as indirect hypnosis, could be used for marketing to dramatically improve marketing. And so I went to this, and it was a bunch of NLP experts, hypnosis people, things like that. And along the way, we tested everything imaginable. My body language videos, I have sales videos about all the stuff that I learned while I was doing all this stuff. And basically, over a long period of time, I did research both there and then also after I got back to test everything to see, let's try dividing the star, to see if I could use, or no, okay, alright, so I think I figured this out. So, oh, of course, now I got 2 stars. So now do I divide or do I keep them? Either way. So basically what I did was I used specifically something called the yes set. And the way it works is you can convince people to believe things if you get them to say yes to a bunch of similar things over and over and over again. And that, I went back and I started applying that to sales scripts. And because of my background in telemarketing also, we ended up getting a job with a telemarketing company, and I wrote a lot of extremely effective telemarketing scripts that were then co-opted by other companies, and it was all based around using hypnosis techniques to manipulate people into buying things that they didn't necessarily want. Now this stuff, so that's the worst thing I ever did. And it's, would I do it now? No. But back then I was young and stupid and trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. So that is probably the worst thing I ever did. And in my opinion. And chances are you've been affected in some way or another by, if you've ever talked to a telemarketer, you very well may have been affected by one of my scripts or a knockoff of one of my scripts, because they were used very, very widely. So I think that was a pretty good, terrible thing that I did. I mean, not that it was good, but it was, now what do I do? It was a legitimate thing that I did. So let's try dividing this. Do the purples even matter? I don't know. So is that legit? Yeah, I did the S-set stuff, like I said, in the 90s. And what I mean by the S-set is you call somebody up and you would say, you know, hello. You would always assume that you were talking to the person that you were meant to talk to, because that dramatically increased your odds. So basically what I did was I combined sales scripts with hypnosis with just pure calculation in regards to what worked. And yeah, so you would walk up and you'd say something like, hello, Mr. Jones, this is Derek Banis. How are you doing today? Pretty good? Something like that. And you would always assume that they would give a positive response, and you just did it over and over and over again. And our sales scripts were very, very effective. So that's I think the worst thing I've ever done. Trying to divide this. Can I keep? Yes, that would keep the sun together. and also the greens, and it would also divide up the purple square. How many of these have I done? I feel like I've done so many of them. As this game progresses, I just get progressively worn out until I'm like, trying to figure out how to solve everything. Okay. How do I divide this up? Is it seriously that easy? Okay. Every once in a while they throw you a bone and make it so it's not so hard. Wait a minute, can I come over here and do anything? No. Just in the treehouse. Very pretty. Just ask a question. Sorry, which live at this time? When you stole a pen from work once. Well, I can say that's not. I've stole a pen from work. I think every human being has done that. Okay, so. Something like. That's not going to work. Since that. I think I have to do it this way. Something like, I have to divide those, the black from the white. Black from white, like this. I'm just basically using the screen as my drawing tablet here. Well, this would be okay. Something like that. Oh no, I bet you that black star has to be there. You know what? I think this is the first time I noticed that it actually tells you that that's wrong. I don't know if you can hear that. It's very, very low. Alright. Well, yeah, I know that's probably not right because... Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so... I think I'm getting to the same place, so... Like this. Do all the black squares need to be there? So I'm starting to forget my rules. Well, let's try doing this and see if it makes that weird noise again. Yes, it is. Making that weird noise. Let's do it. Oh, it worked! Okay, well, I was completely wrong. I thought it was making a bad noise there, and it wasn't making a bad noise. This game is borderline crazy. Alright, so. I have to divide this up. I don't know how many more are in the treehouse. I wish it would tell me. That'd be really cool. Somebody told me that this one was a little bit longer. I think somebody actually said this is the longest puzzle in the whole thing. Oh, that's funny, yeah. When I was growing up, Pizza Hut did use these. Do they still use them? I don't know. I got this at an auction or a yard sale. I buy everything refurbished. And my computer's refurbished. Everything's refurbished. I almost never buy anything new. These headphones, I got these for $200 off. $200. Supposedly they were damaged. No, they weren't. There's not a single thing wrong with them. If you sit on Amazon for forever and you wait for refurbished to show up, eventually you're going to get a ridiculous deal. You just have to be patient and just wait for it. And I'm patient. I will wait like a year to make a decision to buy something. Let's see here. Something like... this. So I'm starting to be confused about some of these. No, that's not right. Let me look at this other one again, because this one sort of confused me a little bit. Okay, so the sun matches up with the black square. It also matches up with itself. And then I was able to divide up the black squares from the white squares. Sorry if this is obvious, but it isn't obvious to me. Okay, I fell into I think I'm falling into that disbelief again that the squares need to be divided, and they do not. They just need to be divided away from the black squares. That's the only thing. That's the thing that messes with my brain, if you're wondering why I'm like all of a sudden like, oh, I can't figure out. That's normally what it is. And then this goes with that. And the... Yeah. Is that right? It is a relief whenever you solve one of these things. Okay, so I'm starting to get to the point where my brain's starting not to work anymore, so sorry. I'm going to go as long as I can, but I definitely expect to get to a point where I can't continue. Yes, I know that. The last comment, the thing they said, I figured that out. You might have been helping somebody else, so. Alright, so let me go back and look again. Trying to get my brain reoriented. Something like this with this. So that goes with that. That goes with this. And the squares don't matter. Wow. Okay. Getting her. Whoops. Okay. So. Divide up the blacks. Section off that. The white in this situation is basically just doing nothing. The blacks are divided. We got that. And that's not right. Okay. Like this. Yes, I don't trade in the stock market. I buy S&P 500 ETFs as cheap as humanly possible, and I sit on them. That's all I do. I don't do anything else. That's what Warren Buffett said to do, and that's what I do. Because the math stuff that I used to use all this time doesn't work anymore. But I also know that the government goes out of its way to make the stock market go up, so that's why I invest in it. Okay, let's try doing this. That matches up with that star. That matches up with that star. This is going to be divided. And then... Hey! Wow. Am I at the end now? What's over here? Is there another puzzle over here? What is this? Didn't we see something like this before? I can't remember if I saw this in an old puzzle. I think the triangle... I forget. Maybe I never saw this before. Well, that looks like that worked. Well, what happened? There's all my lasers, by the way. Nothing. Nothing happened. Okay. Let's go see what else is going on here. And I am getting near the... Oh, look, there's the laser. Well, why didn't it come on? Did I miss something? Huh. Hard. Did I miss something over here? I got this right? I don't know. I think I did. I don't know. The laser didn't work. Well, there were a whole bunch of other paths. I really wanted to beat the Treehouse tonight. Jeez, oh man, if it has me climbing over all this stuff, I don't know. This is a lot of puzzles. I mean, it's a ridiculous number of puzzles. Wasn't there another path to take? And well, there's the green one. And there's a purple one. Oh, there's another one. Did I not go this way? I may not have. Let me see. Oh, there's something else here. What's this? Oh. Is this maybe the laser? The laser's normally something simple. Oh. Oh, so I opened that up, so now I have to go back to where it was? What's that noise? There's like a... Whoa. Oh, I did it. Did I? I thought the laser was coming out because it was making noise. Okay, so... Sorry about that. Is this where I'm supposed to go? I'm gonna run because I can't fall off here anyway, so I might as well run. Where's the thing that opened? I think it's up here. Or is it? Oh, jeez, game. What are you doing to me? Did it open up somewhere else? No, it did not. And the laser is still not out. I don't know, guys. Does this do anything? I might have reached my first... Wait a minute. How do I get over there? Because I don't think I did that. Or did this maybe open? Let's see if you guys have anything to say. The noise is a time limit for how long the door stays open. Door has a timer. That sound is a timer for doors. You can make shortcuts with the bridges. Okay, so I have to get back over there, do that, and then run in. Okay. I didn't realize there was a time limit. Oh boy. I'm confused about where I'm supposed to go here. Is it up here? Is this the path I had not taken before? Yes. Oh, there's something way over there. Can I get that? I can't see it, though. No, it doesn't matter because I can't see it. Oh, looky, there's another... Oops. What was that? It was my mail. That was strange. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Is this another puzzle? I think so. I just stumbled upon it. But, oh, there's another one over here. This game's crazy. Okay, to solve this, I just go like this, right? Oops, no, I don't want that. Okay. And I want to divide these up into twos again. So like this and like this. Awesome. And then these need to be divided into twos again. So like this and like this. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh. Yeah, we can do this, right? At least they're starting to get easier. I don't know if I'm going the right direction or not. If you need answer, look at the comments for a second. Door has a timer. Yes, I saw the door had a timer and all that stuff. Thank you for telling me that. I wouldn't have figured that out. My brain's shot at this point. I'm gonna try the best I can, but I don't think I have much more in me. Sadly. I can play this game for about an hour and do well, and then after that my brain just short circuits. Sorry. Just doesn't work that way. Trying to figure this out. Okay, so something like, is there any way for me to do this? Section off the purples and still solve, yes, like this, right? But do I have to have the oranges together? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I guess that's wrong. Oh boy. Can I section off something like this? Divide that up. That would be that. And then that like that. It wasn't hard in retrospect. Looked hard when I first tried it though. This one's even harder. I don't know, guys. I think I might let this go because I've been playing here for over an hour, and because my brain's shot, and I think I can finish it tomorrow and then start on the next part after that. So I think this is a good place to end. Let me try to power through it. I'm gonna try to power through just this. If there's another bridge I have to go across, then I'll do that tomorrow. But for now, it's like, ugh. My brain is just getting to the point where it just doesn't work very well anymore. Something like this, and like this, and like this. No, purples probably need to be divided up. Well, I could do it like this, right? No. No. Like this? No. Oh yeah, like this. Is that right? No. to power through it. Oh, really? Some of these are hinged? Oh, if he makes me start doing crazy hinge stuff, that's just too much. I think of how to do this. So I think most of the joins are going to be in the middle of something. This. There, I got the purples. And then, what do I do? Okay, got that. Got the oranges. Like this. No, there's 3 there. Hard. And two. Like this? Wow. Amazing. Okay. And something along these lines. So that divides those up. And divide those up. And this gives me a way to get... There's an orange, there's an orange, there's an orange. That divides those up. And that divides that up. Does that work? Oh, thank you. Where's the hickey at? This like this. This like this. It's not going to divide up the purples. I'm very happy you like the coding videos. There's a new one every Saturday and Wednesday. I was just dared to beat the world's hardest puzzle game, and I'm trying to do my best. It is definitely hard. Definitely makes your brain think in completely new ways, which is always a good thing in my opinion. Okay, so that divides off those. Something like this. Alright. I got 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Wow. This actually looks like an easy one. Thankfully. Sometimes I think this man and it's kind of crazy. Another one. I don't know. I'm starting to think this isn't an end. It's like, when is this come to an end? You crazy man, you. You know what? I think I'm going to end the video because I have a feeling these bridges are going to go on for a while. So, thank you all for joining me. But my mind is officially melted. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do it again. I'm not going to give this up. I'm going to keep trying to solve and beat this game. No matter how many puzzles, how many months or years. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me live, and I'll be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time. And like always, please leave your questions and comments below. Otherwise, till next time.